From the shadowed peaks of the Salt Lake Valley to the mist-covered banks of the Hudson Valley and all across the globe, the signal drifts through the night. This is Midnight Signals. Now, here are your hosts, Sergeant Shenanigator and Alien Mike.
Alien Mike, what's going on tonight, man?
Hey, buddy. Another day in paradise. How are you doing?
It's about the same, man. Living the dream. I don't know whose dream, but I'm living it.
Yeah, I hear you there.
So, before we get going tonight, just want to let everybody know that this is probably going to be a shorter than usual episode. We've got some personal things going on both sides of America.
Yep.
But we didn't want to skip out on what we're doing tonight, so we made sure we came on. For everybody that was on Facebook looking for our stuff, I apologize. It has been such a hectic week. I have not been able to post anything.
Yeah, I haven't been online at all for a week. Exactly a week. I haven't done a single thing.
Yeah. So, plus, with Christmas coming up, we figured you guys didn't want to hang out 2 hours with us, but so we got a few people. Nadine's with us. My beautiful bride, of course, is with us.
Yep.
Robert's out there, president accounted for. So we'll see if we can get a few more. But anyway, tonight's going to be a fun episode, man.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it. The only thing, that kind of sucked for me is all the research that I had to do was done last night and today. Yeah. Because I was pretty much gone all week. So it made it difficult, but yeah, I got it.
For me, all it was, I had the same thing, and I don't want you to tell anything about your family issues, but mine was started out last week with a low blood pressure event. To this week, my blood pressure skyrocketed. So I've been off work for the past 3 days. I can't remember now. Been off for the past 3 days, just trying to get it all taken care of.
Are you feeling any better?
I know I'm feeling better. The blood pressure's going down to where it needs to finally. I'm still sitting in the 150s, 160s range, but yeah. When I checked it on Wednesday, I was at 208 over 125. So wow. Good stuff.
Yeah, well, like I told you earlier today, I went to the doctor. They did a bunch of tests on me. I've got high cholesterol. My glucose is higher than it should be, and I hadn't eaten anything again because I did the test at like 6:30 in the morning, so I hadn't eaten anything in like 9 hours, and my blood pressure skyrocketing again. So I got to go have a bunch of tests done.
Oh, joy. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
So, well, anyway, now good times. Now we've talked about getting older and how it sucks. Let's get into tonight's show, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Tonight we're going to Adams, Tennessee, where one family learned that the worst kind of haunting isn't a shadow in the corner. It's something that talks back. And from everything I've researched, even though it hasn't been the research I wanted to do, not only did it talk back, apparently it never shut up.
Yep.
So tonight we are going to talk about Adams, Tennessee, and the Bell Witch. Most of what we're going to talk about, you probably heard. I did find a few off-the-wall stories that I'll tell at the end that you may not have heard. But we're going to go ahead and get into it. If you want to start with the history, Mike, I'll let you take that.
Yep, I will pull up what I have here. So I will start with just the timeline of everything, and you stop me if there's anything you want to interject on.
Yeah, we got Draz 9054 saying, let's ring some bells. I should probably pull the chat up so we can see that.
Yeah, I need to do the same thing. So I'm going to do that real quick before we get too far into this.
There we go. So Nadine is a Bell Witch skeptic. I'm going to be honest with you, Nadine. So am I.
Yep. When it comes to the Bell Witch, the only thing that, and I'm sure it'll be mentioned by one of us at some point, but the only thing I really knew that had anything loosely to do with was the Blair Witch Project. They
Yeah,
based
I,
it
I knew
loosely
about
on
that.
it. And that's about all I really knew until I started. Well, it's about time you got here.
Yes. So who is that? Oh, I know who that is.
Yep.
Huzzah! Before we go into the Bell Witch, um, it was one of my daughters that recommended we do this.
Yep.
And tonight is both of my daughters' birthdays. So
A big happy birthday.
big happy
to both of you.
birthday. Oh, they're both here. I have both daughters here. Happy birthday to both of you and enjoy the Bell Witch. That's a birthday greeting, isn't it?
There we go.
Yeah. Enjoy the Bell Witch. Happy birthday.
Okay, so do you want me to just start at the beginning with the
Yeah, let's
timeline?
start at the beginning.
All right, so 1804, the Bells arrive in Tennessee. John Bell Sr. and his wife Lucy and their children moved from Edgecombe County, North Carolina to the Red River area, which is now Adams, Tennessee, where they purchased farmland and became respected members of the community. In 1817 was the first signs of trouble. Late summer of that year, John Bell sees a strange dog-like creature. Oh, I just saw that pop up. Yeah, I remember you sent it and I completely forgot about it. Once you sent that to me, all hell broke loose at my house. So I completely forgot about it, Robert. Okay, so in late summer of 1817, John Bell sees a strange dog-like creature with a rabbit's head while walking his fields. And back up a little bit to what you were saying, Steve, what we were talking about earlier. As he was patrolling his fields in his, farmland, comes across a wooded area and he sees somebody it was like a black figure that was talking to the dog.
Yes.
If I'm correct. And from what I
Yep.
gathered,
I mean, before you go any further, I've seen a lot of documentaries that have never mentioned this. This comes from a YouTube paranormal research group who actually went out and interviewed some townsfolk, and it's just their opinions. So if this doesn't fit the documentary, it's the opinions of the people that live in Adams, Tennessee, that we're using right now.
yes.
So not 100%. It's just what they're saying. So
Right.
anyway, shadow figure
So-
looking at the black dog.
Yeah, so it's apparently talking to the dog, and from what they say, the dog was talking back or looked like it was talking back.
Yes.
John tries to shoot at the black figure, or I don't know if he was shooting at the figure. I kind of more or less believe he shot in the general direction, trying to scare him off the property. And
no, he was shooting at him.
Okay.
He was not a nice guy.
Okay. So you've done more research than I have on it then. So he shoots at it, nothing happens. So next step is shoot the dog. And you said the dog falls down, but then he walks away right after that. No, the black figure said that, I could probably just look at my notes. The black figure said,
"You can't get rid of me that easy."
Yeah, you can't get rid of me that easy. And that's when John left. The next day, John apparently saw the dog again, only this time it was a two-headed dog. After that, that's when everything kind of went to hell.
Yeah.
Okay, so
before we go any further, I had never put this together before because I had never heard this dog story before.
Right.
But it's now gone from a a supernatural event. And I am not Zach Baggins. I'm not Ed and Lorraine Warren. I'm not a demonologist, but they claim it was either a ghost or a demon. But by opening this up, I'm now bringing in evil shaman from the local tribes who were Wendigos or shapeshifters, skinwalkers. So I'm adding the Native American into it as well, based on the stories I got from this one paranormal research group.
Right. All right.
So back
where
to
are
the
we at?
history.
What's that? You cut out.
So he saw the dog the next day, and
Right.
it wasn't long after that that all hell started to break loose.
Yeah. This was what early fall, late summer of 1817. On the timeline also I have that his daughter Betsy sees a bizarre girl-like figure in a green dress swinging from an oak tree. I didn't see that anywhere else in the stuff I read. Did you?
I've seen it in two different things, but
I
when
couldn't.
I did a quick summary of the actual book written by Richard Bell, it
Uh-huh.
wasn't in there.
Okay. So did you find
But
anything that could put that, like why that would even be on the timeline? Like the
it's
relation?
had it just been the Bell family, then I would question that.
Mhm.
But there were pastors in the area, preachers in the area that had witnessed this, neighbors who had witnessed all this. So the whole
Okay.
thing comes down to, stories passed down from generation to generation from different families throughout Adams, Tennessee. And
Okay.
just to give you an idea of Adams, Tennessee, today, 2025, the population of Adams, Tennessee is either 600 or 800. So
Wow. So it's still
it's
pretty
still
small.
mostly original family that
Yep.
stayed.
Yes. And the other thing that I didn't see anything else on other than in the timeline was other children in the area reported seeing a very large bird that was just way too big to be natural.
Actually,
And
I've heard that one several times, and it was where I heard it. It always seemed to be in the same place because the kids would picnic at the opening of the Bell Witch Cave.
okay.
That was their playground because there was also a little stream or a pond that was right there. Oh, my stuff is coming down again. My forest has collapsed.
Do you need to
I'm
take a
sorry,
minute there to
Sakona.
you're gonna have to take a minute there and fix that, Steve.
Nah, we'll just keep going with the show. I'll get it
It's
fixed. I'll get it fixed in the morning.
usually it's my stuff falling down.
Well, we are talking ghosts again, so I'm surprised the
Yep.
computer hasn't shut down.
Oh, mine's already acting weird. So
Oh, good.
yeah. All right. So in 1818, the oh wait, hold on. No, fall of 1817. Excuse me, I skipped a line there. Mysterious knocking starts on the outside walls of the Bell home. Bedroom covers are pulled off of the kids while they sleep, and something gnaws loudly on the bedposts at night. Now that one always makes me laugh. It's just, I don't know. It just seemed kind of weird to me.
Yeah,
But no animal tracks are found despite all the sounds that they hear in and around the house. So that's really what started everything.
I love Robert.
Yeah. The bird is the word after. uh, so in 1818, the entity gains a voice. So early of that year is when the whispering begins. It's very faint at first, and then as time goes on, it starts getting clearer and clearer. And then eventually it starts speaking in full sentences and identifies itself as Kate. Kate Batts. Now, do you want to tell who Kate is?
Yeah, Kate Batts was married to Benjamin Batts. They were actually the Bell family neighbors. So if you were to go, and if anybody knows the area and I'm wrong, please let me know. But from everything I read, if you were to go stare at the entrance of the Bell Witch Cave, the property to the right was Benjamin and Kate, and the property to the left was John Bell. Benjamin and John had a falling out. They were good friends. They had a falling out, a very hostile disagreement over the sale of a slave, and that ended the friendship. And whatever happened next kind of focused on Kate because she was part of that hate that was going on at the moment. Plus, if I remember right, and I think you said it too, once they had the disagreement, she also started, I don't want to say practicing witchcraft because it was more than that. She was practicing ways to hurt John Bell.
Right. Which, I mean, I know we talked about it earlier, but it just is weird to me that she would try to harass them using, witchcraft and all that from a distance, but at the same time, let them know who it is that's doing it.
Yeah.
But then that kind of goes back to other stuff I read on it that said everybody assumes it was Kate, but no one knew for sure if it was her.
Yeah.
Now,
I got
did you hear anything different? Okay.
No. She kept revealing herself as Kate.
Right.
And she admitted that she was Kate Batts, but it was never Kate there doing it.
Right. All right. So in the spring and summer of that year, 1818, Betsy, their daughter, is slapped, pinched, stabbed with invisible pins, and pulled around by her hair. The spirit torments John constantly and calls him Old Jack Bell, predicting his doom. Now, in the stuff that I have here, it doesn't talk about the specifics of why she targets Betsy, but you told me before we got on why she was going after Betsy.
Yeah,
What was
Betsy
the
was
reason?
the older daughter, and I have not found out if it was an arranged marriage or if it was just a marriage proposal, but Kate was very unhappy that she was engaged to the person she was engaged to.
Was
And
there a reason why she wasn't happy about it, or
I couldn't find anything other than she just was not happy with the engagement. So the torment on her lasted for quite some time until Betsy, Betsy,
mm-hmm.
Until Betsy broke off the engagement. And once the engagement was broke off, the Bell Witch started leaving her alone. I mean,
Okay.
still harassing the family, but she wasn't a major
Excuse me.
target anymore.
Right.
So if I remember right, the only two that were never targeted was John's wife and their youngest daughter.
Right.
And Kate said that she didn't do anything to John's wife because John's wife was always polite to her.
Right. Yeah, there was like when I was reading on, let me scroll up here a little bit. There is on the children, Betsy, John Jr., Drury, Richard, Joel, Benjamin, Zadok, and Esther.
Yeah.
So
now, I know you kept, here's where I got confused, and maybe you can point me in the right direction. But I've heard that there were actually 3 Johns, but one of them went by Jack. I don't know which one went by Jack, whether it was the father, John Sr., his father, or the oldest son.
I don't know. I didn't see anything on that. The only ones, I mean, those are the 3 that I knew, but I don't know who was specifically called Jack.
I'm assuming it is Jack Sr.
That's what I was assuming as well. Um, okay. So the community became really involved in it as well. They started seeing and hearing things that were going on. The neighbors would hear voices, um, and then it just became very pronounced throughout the whole community.
Yeah, it went
So that's
from
why
it went from one word answers to full conversations.
oh yeah,
I mean, I wasn't kidding at the beginning when I said this spirit never shut up.
yeah, it's nonstop. Um, in 18, I'm just kind of skipping through on the timeline here. In 1819 is when it gained national attention. The witch's personality emerges, and it demonstrates it can do impressions of the local voices. It can sing full hymns. It quotes scriptures. It has knowledge of private conversation that's going on miles away. She just knows everything that's going on, and
Oh,
like you said, full
yeah,
conversations.
and she knew of deaths that they hadn't got the messages yet.
Yeah.
So messengers were riding into town, and she knew this person has died, and you're
Yep.
going to be notified in just a couple hours. And in a couple hours, a messenger showed up with the notice that this person had passed away.
Yep.
You
So I'm
know,
going to skip to another section I have here. Um, so a lot of the strange events that were going on were, the scratching, knocking, chains dragging, animals would appear and disappear, the beds would shake, and then disembodied voices whispering. Um, the Some of the key features were never shut up. Are you sure it wasn't an in-law? Kidding. Yeah, it was definitely an in-law. And Steve, you know all too well what I'm talking about. Good old Robert.
Ah,
Hold on a sec. Oh
but
hell.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
this never. This was not. Everybody thinks that this was just focused at the Bell Cabin and the Bell Witch Cave,
It was
and this
everywhere.
was throughout the whole town of Adams. This
Yeah.
happened in the churches, in the stores, in the cafes. This was happening, and I know there was no cafes back in the 1814, 1819s, but
It was a
it was
diner.
happening throughout the town.
Yep. Um, Now another part I have on here, um, did the stuff that happened to Betsy, slaps, pinches, hair pulling, we talked about, she would be thrown across the room or immobilized, pinned down and not allowed to move. Did you get anything else on what specifically happened to her before she broke off the engagement?
No, it was just it was like you said. It wasn't just like one slap. It was if she were walking
No.
down the hall, she'd
Beat the
be
shit out
pushed,
of her.
she'd be slapped, she'd be pushed down
Yep.
the stairs. So it was just
Yep.
always constant physical intimidation, but
The
nothing that potentially would take her life
right.
or injure her severely. It was just a
The
violent way to get attention, I guess. That's the
Oh
best
yeah.
way to describe it.
The thing that really got me with the whole thing was the predictions that the Bell Witch had. She could predict, future events. And then this one really, I wish I would have looked into it more, but she would predict the Civil War outcomes, different stages of the Civil War, the
Yeah,
outcomes of it, and knew what was going to happen. Um, Visitors that would come into town, she knew all their personal secrets without them having to say a single thing to
yep.
anybody.
She'd call
Um,
people out in church. The
mhm.
voice would call people out for lying in church.
Yep.
So it's not like church was a sacred area where this entity couldn't go. It was there.
Yep. Um, So now let me scroll back to this one here.
Oh, keep joking, Robert. Keep joking. Love him.
Did he say something else?
Last joke, I promise.
Oh no, you gotta keep going, dude. I'm just scrolling a little bit. So now we're at, oh no, 1819.
Yeah.
Andrew Jackson, future President Andrew Jackson. You looked into this more
This
than
one
I did.
shocked. This one
Yeah.
shocked me.
What I got was, future president or General Andrew Jackson travels to the Bell Farm with a team curious about all the supernatural reports and if it was real or bullshit.
Yeah.
Just had an interest in it.
Now,
Go ahead
again,
and say what you know about that.
what I'm going with again, I have found a little bit in it in official records, but the biggest part of the story I'm going to tell comes from the townspeople of Adams that were interviewed on that paranormal show.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I look at it, before I tell the story, these guys, I mean, it's a town of either 600 or 800 people. They're
Right.
they're a very Christian Southern town. I mean, you've been
Yep.
in the South, you know how small little towns like that are.
Yep.
If you miss
Oh,
church, you've got 300 people showing up your door making sure you're okay.
oh yeah.
So it's that type of town where everybody knows everybody. And the ones they interviewed didn't really want to talk about it because they don't want to bring attention to the town to bring more tourists in
Right.
to the festival that they have every year, even though it makes great money. They just, these guys that were interviewed wanted to just be left alone. So the story goes that Andrew Jackson was coming down to investigate what was going on with the so-called supernatural. And the route he took, he had to pass by Benjamin and Kate's house first.
Sorry.
So had to pass by John and Kate's house first. Then they got to the cave, and in Andrew Jackson's own words, the horses stopped at the entrance to the cave for no reason. Yep. But they weren't spooked. They just stopped. And Andrew Jackson, in one of his notes, all he said is, I had a pleasant encounter with it. But my men were being harassed and the horses were being spooked. But his horse, him, no issues whatsoever. And
yeah, what I have
after a 5 or 10 minute interaction, whatever it was that was in the cave left, and the horses started again on their own. They didn't wait to go; they just started moving.
What I had written down was the horses refused to move near the farm until it, the entity announced itself. That's when they started moving.
This was the cave. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Then they went to the farm and they stopped at the property line.
Yeah, they wouldn't move.
Further.
Yep. And then the only other thing that I have about it was the group later, they all fled after being tormented.
So again, I think it was Nadine that said she's a skeptic.
Mm-hmm.
And I am too, but when you start having a future president of the United States talk about his encounter, and nobody is sure exactly what the quote is because nobody wrote it down. He was just a general at the time. He wasn't the president. Yep. But he had said to a group of people, I would rather face the entire British Army than face the Bell Witch again.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't know if President Andrew Jackson's a whack nut like I am, or if he was a
I think he
non-believer
is.
and stumbled into it.
I based on what I know now about it, I think he was just interested in it, heard about it, and was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go check this out. You know?
Yeah, I kind of think the same thing. And I'm not sure, but to me it kind of sounds like he was campaigning for something. I don't know if at the time, I can't remember when he was elected president, so I don't know if he was campaigning for Senate, Congress, the presidency, but I think that's what brought him out. He wanted to go out and talk to the townspeople about this and find out what was going on as a way to get his name out there.
Yeah. He was president 1829 to 37.
Okay. So he may have been running for another office. He may have still been a general. I don't know. I can't remember if he was a general when that happened or if he was, a Revolutionary War general that was no longer in service. But, when you have a future president mentioning this stuff, it kind of starts to drag you off the fence a little bit.
Right. All right. So after that, everywhere on any timeline I saw or have, it's in 1820, the death.
Yeah. Well, between 1817 and 1819, when it really started acting up, the younger kids were still having their picnics at the mouth of the cave.
Yes.
And they never had any issues. They always had conversations with whatever was in the cave. They were always fun conversations. From the stories that were passed down, it was children's level conversations. It wasn't like, you need to read the book of Revelations and prepare for it's nothing like that. It was just conversations between kids and whatever's inside the cave. So yeah, now we go up into 1820.
And 1820 was when he died. Throughout the year, the entity intensifies its attacks on John. He ended up having paralysis of the face, difficulty swallowing, seizures, exhaustion. That is true.
Very true. I'm not a lover of him, but at the same time, I mean, Ronald Reagan told his UFO story, and I tended to believe him. So I don't know if this is if it's just the office of the presidency that's getting me thinking, why would this guy lie about being confronted by whatever this entity is twice in one day?
Yeah. So in December 20th of 1820, he's found dying / dead with a strange vial of black liquid near him. And the witch declares, I gave old Jack a dose last night. It fixed him. Now I couldn't find it, but you did. What was in the vial?
I am probably pronouncing this wrong. He suffered from turmeric poisoning.
Turmeric poisoning?
Yeah.
Okay. He dies, the only death in American history that is allegedly attributed to a ghost.
Yes.
So after that,
and written in the county records that way.
Yep.
Not just the citizen saying he died from a ghost. That was the official cause of death.
It was in the coroner's report, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So on December 24th at his funeral, the entity sings loudly and joyfully until the burial is complete.
Yep.
In 1821, so a week later, the witch leaves temporarily. Spring of 1821, the spirit tells Lucy Bell it will leave and return in 7 years, and then all the primary hauntings end. That was it.
Yep.
Then now I'm to the part where Betsy Bell breaks her engagement. I think they have it wrong on the timeline here. It
They do.
torments her
She
until
broke her engagement just like a day after her dad died.
yeah. Um, after the breakup, like you said, the focus on her ends. Now in 1828, so 7 years later, because it says one was 7 years and the other was like 100 and something years later, the witch would return, the entity would return. So in 1828, the witch returns as promised. It returns to visit John Bell Jr., his son. It talks philosophy, religion, and just the nature of existence. These
Yeah.
encounters are calm now. They're a lot
Yeah.
calmer. And then it promises to return again in 107 years, which
So
would put it at
1828, that'd be
1935.
1935.
Yep. And everywhere I looked, there was really. I listened to it, Robert, but honestly, after I listened to it that day, I couldn't remember any of it because of all I was doing this week. I'm going to have to go back and listen to it again. So this kind of contradicts itself because in a few places I read that nothing happened in 1935, that they said it was going to, nothing did. But I have one that says stuff happened, it just wasn't on the same scale as it was originally.
Yeah.
There's flashing lights near the cave. People hear their names being called. There's strange laughter, but there's no confirmed major hauntings.
No, and believe it or not, the paranormal group that I watched, the town still has paranormal activity that they attribute to Kate to this
Mhm.
day. Because it's not, I mean, they can't invoke her and make her speak,
Right.
but when Kate shows up, she still does have little conversations.
Be an interesting place to go.
It would. So I've got some interesting facts on Kate,
Okay.
and it kind of opened up a few more avenues that I do want to research. Whether we bring it up here on this channel again or not, I don't know. But Kate refused to harm John Bell's wife. We've already talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
She refused to harm Lucy because Lucy had shown kindness in life. And a lot of people believe that this implies Kate may have once been human.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Here's We've already talked about the witch knew distant deaths before the news arrived,
Right.
but here's one that really shocked me. Kate would not enter certain rooms of the Bell house.
Really?
And when asked why, she claimed something already occupied them. On several occasions, Kate mentions that it's not just her, there are others.
Well, so go back to the very beginning then when I made the comment that, part of me thinks John was just shooting in the direction not to intentionally kill. And you said, no, he wasn't a nice man. So if he's going to shoot at somebody without knowing who they are, chances are he had done it before and they could be, what the other presences are in the home.
That's true. Hold on a second.
Mm-hmm. Certain rooms.
Oh, sorry. I keep getting a flash on Facebook that my wife has messaged me, but she's talking to our other friends from
Oh,
the
okay.
Witchcraft District Bazaar.
Ah, yes.
So,
She wouldn't enter.
so yeah, they doesn't say what rooms, but there are rooms that she wouldn't enter because they were already occupied by something else.
That is interesting. If you can find out where you saw that,
Yeah, I'll send it over to you.
I've
One of
not
the
been.
things that Kate talked about was the cave, and the question was
Mhm.
asked, "Why the cave?" And all Kate answered was, "It's a thin place." And to me, I mean, growing up LDS, how many times did you hear the word the veil?
Yep, that's what I was just going to say. Is the veil
Yeah.
must be thin.
So it kind of leads me to believe that this could also be a portal. Not that I want to talk about portals today.
Very well could be.
On several occasions, Kate claimed that she was not alone, not only in the Bell house, but she was not alone. She hinted that she wasn't a single entity. She referred to others, rarely but vaguely, always enough to suggest that whatever was with her was a larger presence than her.
Hmm.
And people have taken that and said, all right, well, if Kate is the demon, the only thing larger would be Lucifer. And if you're going with the Christian demon, angel, Lucifer, God thing, a thin veil would be the perfect place.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna have
but
to.
she never mentioned what the larger presence was. It just always hinted that there was a larger presence with her.
What was the? I'm gonna see if I can't find something on that.
So if you the people I listen to today, they all believe that Kate was a demon and that somehow John had done something to bring this demon after him.
Right.
I mean, I'm not here to convince anybody whether it's a demon, a ghost, a skinwalker, a Wendigo. Hell, it could have been a Bigfoot. I don't know.
Or it could have just been an annoying bitch.
Could be. Go back to what Robert said, a bad in-law.
Yeah. Yeah. I, do I like the story? Yeah, I love the story. It's a pretty cool story. Do I think it's just a story? Yes, but then you look at the fact that all the townspeople still talk about stuff, but that's kind of how legends are passed on. You
Yeah,
know, they start with one person and they just keep getting passed on until everybody just eventually believes it because that's
yeah.
what they were told.
And I'm sure in just a second, when I say what I'm going to say, I'm going to hear laughter from downstairs. Right before you get to the turn to go to the Bell Witch Cave and the Bell Cabin. I mean, the cabin no longer exists; it was demolished. And what's there today is a recreation as best and as authentic as they could make it. And people still claim it is haunted. But there is a store right before you get to that turn. And the people that work in this, all right, you ready for the laughter? The people that work in this Dollar General claim that they have video surveillance evidence of a female ghost opening up freezers, knocking things off the shelf, walking in and out of the door. And when asked when was the last time this happened, they're like, this happens daily.
Yep. Well,
I agree, Nadine. But
exactly.
you know,
Well,
I go along with that, but then you start getting the stories of the people that come from other towns into that area. They have no reason to try and build this story up for Adams,
but they do anyway.
but they do.
Yeah.
You know, and
I
they
mean, when you talk about the Dollar General, you know, something that's new on the site or in the vicinity. I mean, if you're looking at hauntings, you know, there's people that say the hauntings follow a person from place to place, so you can move, it doesn't matter. There's people that say it's attached to the building, and then there's others that will say you can demolish it, build something new there. It's the grounds that they are haunting. So
But what I will say is every paranormal investigator that I watched on YouTube or that I've read information on, they all say if you go, you may experience something in the bell cabin. You may experience lights as you go down the trail. You will experience something in the cave.
yeah. So I'm actually just curious about something. It's in Adams, Tennessee.
But about 60 miles north of Nashville.
Okay, so I'm just curious about something here. That was good, Nadine. So, okay, Adams, Tennessee, directions from.
Oh, we missed Robert. That's what started it.
Yeah, generational town pimp. Anyone know? Okay, what am I doing here? I'm trying to end route directions from Grandfather Mountain. Oh, it looks like it's maybe I'll have to go there. So I'm supposed to be in North Carolina next year.
That's not too far away.
No, it's like 4 hours, 5 hours away. Maybe I'll take a drive.
What you going to North Carolina for?
They're doing Scottish festival.
Oh, okay.
It's like one of the biggest Scottish festivals in the country. And my mom is from Scotland, so we do all those things.
Well, before you take a trip to the Bell Witch Cave, just know that there is supposed to be a Bell Witch in North Carolina.
Well, yeah.
Which
So
happens,
when you
the story looks the exact same, but
yeah, it made me laugh when you said that because you were whatever you were looking for, you were searching it up and it said North Carolina. Where in North did it say where in North Carolina it was at?
yeah,
Because
Adams,
it said Adams, North Carolina.
North Carolina, John and Betsy Bell, Kate and
Oh,
Benjamin Batts. So
okay,
apparently it's a multi-dimensional thing and just depends on
yeah,
which dimensional level you're on, I guess.
must
So
be.
maybe when you
Well,
go to North Carolina, you'll be on that timeline.
because I was just thinking they moved from North Carolina to Adams,
Yeah.
so I thought, okay, well maybe that's what they're talking about. But then it's the same town names, the same people.
Yep.
No, you're just yeah.
I mean, they even talked about John Jr. and everything. I'm like, that's why I said, really, let's just stick to
Yep.
one state. Come on.
Yeah.
This is Adams, Tennessee. End of
People
story.
trying to profit. That's
Yep.
all.
And you know, if you look at the map of the original 13 colonies, and you see where the British before the Revolutionary War, where the British drew the lines, it's the Appalachian Mountains,
Mm-hmm.
and that is basically this is at the bottom of the Appalachian Mountains.
Yep.
And I don't know about you. It's going to take probably 6 to 8 weeks. I would love to do an entire episode on nothing but the Appalachians.
I would. I definitely would do that.
Yeah, that's going to take a lot of research because that goes in so many different trails.
Yep. There's one, I swear it's that, and it's not even I'll have to find it, but it's not I think it's the AT. There was a hiker there that was going he got arrested and sentenced to prison because he was completely nuts and he was going through killing hikers along the trail.
Definitely.
So
So I'd like to do an episode about Well, we'll talk about that later. We
Yeah.
won't get into future episodes. But for anybody that's interested, there was a book written by Richard Bell,
Yes.
one of the sons of John. The book is Our Family Trouble. And it was written as a defense against the accusations of fraud. And it's the same thing as Travis Walton. It's the same thing as all of these other guys. He didn't want to profit. He just wanted to say, this is our story. Believe it, don't believe it. I don't care. This is our story.
Yep.
So if you want to check it out, a lot of what I got tonight did come from Our Family Trouble by Richard Bell. It is still out there. You can still check it out in the library.
It's here. I just got this link up. I'll put it in the chat real quick. At least I'll try for my damn keyboard. It's Our Family Trouble, the story of the Bell Witch of Tennessee, Richard Williams Bell, edited by so-and-so, but you can get it Kindle and paperback on Amazon.
No. Now I will tell you, in that paranormal show I was watching, I think one guy in Adams, Tennessee said it best. There's a doom band named Bell Witch. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Oh, a doom band? Yeah. I've heard them. Yeah.
But then again, I'm old.
Mm-hmm.
The music you young kids listen to nowadays.
Young, have you seen this? Look at this gray.
So they asked this guy, we can read the book and get Richard Bell's opinions on everything that happened. But the stories that have been passed down seem to add a little bit, subtract a little bit, even from the family stories of the people from the original families that were in Adams back in 1819. And this guy said, it's really simple. When you were in elementary, did you ever play that game where the teacher whispers something in your ear, you tell the next person and the next person, it goes all the way to the end?
Telephone.
And they have to come up and tell what it was, and it's never the same?
Yep.
He said the same basic principles of the story are there. It's just it gets embellished a little bit here, a little bit there.
Yep. Unless you're me, and I would intentionally screw it up just to mess with people.
Oh, yeah, I do that too.
Yeah. It makes it a lot more fun.
Not that my daughters would ever accuse me of that. I actually convinced my daughter one time when she was on the truck with me that I had hypnotized her for about 300 miles.
She was asleep?
No, she was wide awake. I'd had her close her eyes, and I said, all right, we're going to do something. I just want you to listen to my voice. I was talking really calm, had the radio off. I said, all right, we just passed mile marker, whatever it was. And when I had her open her eyes, I said, now there's the new mile marker. And it was like 350. We had gone 300 miles. I don't know. She's probably going to get, if she's still on here, she's probably going to get mad at me. But I went from I-35 to I-40. The whole thing was about a minute and a half. I just got on the off ramp and not that I would ever embellish stories, nor
we don't do that.
From my father, who probably learned it from his father, who learned it from his father.
Holy shit. Robert, are you really 48? I thought you were like 45. Wait, where am I? Where are my pants? Yeah, I thought you were like 45.
Robert, I wish I were joking, but I have actually said that phrase to my wife. Where are my pants?
Mm-hmm. Done it. Or walking around looking for my shoes while I'm wearing them.
Yep, exactly. Or where the hell are my glasses?
Yeah. The best thing I have seen, anything like that, it's been going around on social media for a while, is the husband or boyfriend will see the wife's phone sitting on the counter, take a picture of it, wait for them to leave, text them a picture of their phone and say, hey, you left your phone at home.
Yep.
And they come running back, freaking out. Give me my phone. Give me my what? I don't
Holding
have
their
time for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, dude,
They
you
come
got
running back just like this. Give me my phone.
Yep. And they're all, well,
Well, happy
oh,
belated birthday, Robert.
yeah, happy birthday. And here I am, only 43.
Yeah. See, you remember that thing that was going around social media for a while? Post your age backwards. I'm 59. I'm not doing that anymore.
Age
It was
backwards.
much better when I was 55.
Yeah. I'll be 34. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, probably not, because I was having surgeries at that point.
Yeah, but you could recover from surgeries easier.
Yeah, I could, but then that led to painkiller addiction, heroin addiction.
That is true. That is
And
true.
I worked my ass off to get away from all that. I ain't dealing with that shit again.
Nope. So,
Hey, Mike,
before
oh
we go
my
on,
God. So your kiddo just read what she just wrote. That is so funny, because I'll sit here and do this with my beard, and my son says I look like Jack Black because how his is always puffed out sideways like that.
you actually do.
Uh,
That great. Oh, you're going to South Carolina, not North Carolina.
no, it is North Carolina. It's Grandfather Mountain, North Carolina.
Hey, the wife is right.
I she can think she's right. Look up Grandfather Mountain, Sarah, and then call your mother-in-law and argue with the Scottish woman.
My mother-in-law's passed away. I still won't call her and argue with her. She'll win.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know that this has been a really, really quick version of the Bell Witch.
Right.
And Mike, if it's okay with you, I would love to revisit the Bell Witch and dig
Yes.
even deeper into not only the past stories, but the current stories too.
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah.
Before we do anything else, before we get off,
Robert, I have been on the Get Off My Lawn since 1989. When I miraculously thought that I had gone from being a young E4 to the Sergeant Major of the Army when they pinned some stripes on me.
I sit out in my yard yelling at everybody driving up and down the street.
Yep. My wife and I do that all the time.
Yeah. I scream at the top of my lungs. I get so pissed off because we have little kids next door, little kids across the street, and my kids, and these assholes go flying up the street, and the majority of the people are like elderly, older than you, like 70s, that just don't care. Okay, so
while you're doing that, here's the question I've got for you that we end our shows with all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What do you believe? Oh, your wife said you're right. Her bad.
Hey, there we go. Yeah. When it comes to the South, I'm always right. I think it's just a story embellished. Honestly, I think that people had some shit luck, and there may have been things happening, but I really don't believe that happened. I just
condolences for being high on the military
BS.
I wasn't high on the military BS. I was middle of the road, but I thought I was a sergeant major of the Army for a while.
Mm-hmm.
My troops hated me for about 2 years because I was just an ass. Then I mellowed out and became my lovable self.
A lovable big brother.
That's right. But I still yell at people who are on my grass, even though I have no grass out front.
Same here.
I did yell at my neighbor because we did have some weeds growing between the crack on the sidewalk, and he stepped on it.
Which neighbor?
Kenny.
I was gonna say Kenny.
He laughed
I
at
love
me. I
that
think
dude.
he flipped me off too.
He is such a cool dude.
Oh, Kenny's great. I love Kenny.
Does Ariel move, didn't she?
Yes, she did. They bought a house.
Okay, so do you have new neighbors?
Nope. Nope. The last neighbors we had were evicted back in
Oh,
October.
yeah, I remember hearing about them. I didn't know they. Huh, that's good.
November 1st was our first peaceful day without the smell of marijuana emanating through the whole house. And
That.
the the uh,
Oh,
the super of the building said it reeks of weed so bad down there that he's got to spend 20 minutes inside working and then step out for 10 or 15 to catch his breath.
really? That
Yeah,
bad?
that bad.
Like,
Oh, these guys were nonstop. And to make matters worse, uh, I know she was smoking before she went to work, which means anybody out there that's injured, you might get a paramedic that's high as can be.
oh, she was a paramedic.
She is a paramedic, either a paramedic or an EMT, but she does work in an ambulance.
Wow. That see, I know people that do the same job that have their green card,
Mm-hmm.
but by law, you can't do that before you go to work. You know, you're not supposed to, but
Yeah.
people do it anyway.
Oh yeah.
That's one thing. Like, I'm in favor of it. I don't use it. I'm in favor of it for people, but I can't stand the smell. That is the worst smell I have ever. I would rather smell a skunk's ass all day long.
Oh yeah.
I hate the smell of marijuana.
Yep.
Like a Stafford wife option. Is there a rent a neighbor option?
I like that.
There we go.
She was a paramedic. So that's for just this short show. That's all I've got. But I would
Yep.
love to come back and do this again.
That's all I have too. Um,
All right. So
what
if anybody's got any questions out there, uh, hopefully we can answer them. Oh, I guess I should pull up what we're doing next.
Mothman 59 years later.
That's right. So next week is Mothman. Uh, and this is the Mothman based on the bridge collapse in what 1969, I believe it was.
Yep.
So we're going to get into that next week. We're going to focus just on that because to this day, there are still sightings of the Mothman everywhere. But I don't want to branch out into the current sightings because we don't know if anything's happened there yet.
Yeah.
So we're going to focus just on the West Virginia incident.
Just on. I'm gonna write that down then.
I mean, we can talk about a few others, but I'm not going to go into the full Mothman sighting because, unfortunately, like UFOs and ghosts, 95% of the reports are from some guy in his mom's basement that is smoking skunk ass.
Yep.
And then the week after that, we are taking the day off. It's the day after Christmas,
Yep. No show.
so there'll be no show on that day. And did we decide we were going to do one
On the second.
on the second? Yeah, we were.
Yeah. Do you want me to say what it is?
Now let's hold off on that.
Okay. Because we have one. Let's see. The 19th is the Mothman. The 26th, there's no show. We have one on the 2nd and we have one on the 9th. We had already planned them out.
Oh,
But
what was the second then? Yeah, go ahead.
crop circles.
Oh yeah, crop circles.
But I kind of want to switch that with the one on the 9th.
What's the one on the 9th?
Time travel.
Let's switch them. Let's do time travel, then crop circles.
Okay. Well, yeah.
So Mothman, day off, time travel, crop circles.
I am a sucker for time travel. Anything time travel or multidimensional. No Krampus.
Krampus. I don't know why I didn't think about this, but
I
with
didn't either.
Christmas coming up, we should have done a Krampus. And I just completely spaced.
Okay,
it should have
then
been last week that we did the Krampus because that was Krampus knock.
Yeah. Well, so do you want to? I know we're doing 59 years later, but 59 honestly is a really odd number. So do you want to make next week Krampus instead of Mothman? I don't care either way, but
no, let's stick with Mothman. If I'm going to do Krampus, I want to do it close to actual Krampus knock.
Okay.
But what I'm going to do is I'm probably for next year around this time, I would like to do European Christmas folklore.
Yeah.
And include Krampus. Because I mean, Iceland's got some great Christmas folklore. UK does, Scotland, Germany, Austria.
Yeah, we ride Nessie around on Christmas.
Yeah. Actually, I got an idea, Mike. Let's put off Mothman until 60.
Yep.
And let's do European Christmas folklore next week, the week before Christmas.
Okay, so no Mothman. I am a peeing.
Mike, I really hate to say this. Do you know right at the beginning of the show when you got up and walked out when the timer was counting down?
Uh-huh.
I don't know why this went through my mind at that exact moment. I'm like, well, at least he's got pants on.
This time.
Yeah, because you guys will never know.
I mean, I can stand up with no pants on. I really don't care.
I know you don't.
My neighbors have probably hated me. We had some asshole neighbors that live next door, so I would make sure to intentionally walk out in just my underwear and check the mail and just stand out there in just my underwear.
Well, there's this guy that we all know by the name of Bede, and we won't say what he gets into. Anyway, let's do Christmas folklore, and we're definitely going to include Krampus in that.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to ask real quick. Is there any specific European that you want to stick with? Because Europe is huge.
My wife says she's got some ideas, so I'm going to talk to her, and then I'll send you a message on which ones we're going to look at. But I want to focus on the give me a second. I want to focus on the hidden people of Iceland. There are some, I don't know if they're elves or what they are, but
hidden people, Iceland. Whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got it backwards. The hidden people are completely different. I am talking about the Yule lads.
The Yule lads of Iceland. Oh.
Yeah.
Icelandic Christmas folklore, the Yule lads. Okay, the figures depicted as living. Okay, yeah. So we'll do that.
As part of it. Krampus, get one from the UK, Scotland. Let me see. Krampus, Belsnickel, Befana, Frau Hall, Perchta. So we got quite a few we can do.
Okay. Yeah. I say we stick with 3 or 4. Not go too crazy. That way we can get some.
What did Nadine have? The Christmas cat and the horse head.
What is? Oh,
And Robert said that one's Welch.
Viola. And
Oh, the Christmas, the cat. Oh, it's the part
what?
of old age I hate. My brain says, "Hey, it's 7 o'clock. We're done. We're shutting off."
Christmas cat.
Jola the Christmas cat, the Yule cat. Yule cat. You ever see Christmas Chronicles 2?
The one with yeah, I watched. Well, okay. The thing I was doing this whole week, we watched both of those 2 nights ago. But I don't remember the second one. I was busy.
Jola is the cat that Kurt Russell's chasing when the kids are first sent back.
Oh, okay. Not Jonathan Stupid Auto, correct?
I was wondering who Jonathan was for a minute. So
okay,
we are looking at the chats, and we're going to write all this down. If you guys have any other suggestions for some European folklore for Christmas, send them to it in Facebook Messenger, Midnight Signal Podcast at Gmail.
Yeah, you can text me. I'm sure. Well, I'm sure most of you have my number.
So yeah, we will do whatever we can next week to celebrate Christmas with European folklore about cats that eat people, or where the coal and the stockings came from. Krampus. There's a ton of European Christmas stories that are just going to be fun to talk about.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, I can't find it.
Oh, before
I was looking
for you.
Yeah.
I made a mistake.
What?
Hold on a second. Got to find them real quick.
Where's videos? Oh, come on. I got to find this.
All right. While you're looking that up, I forgot to share this.
What? I can't find what I'm...
For anybody that would like to go, yes, the Bell Witch Cave is still open. You can take tours of it. They do paranormal tours. It is private owned, so if you do decide to go, as always, please make sure you get permission from the property owner before you go exploring these caves. If you go to the caves in Tennessee, be very, very careful. They can go on for miles and branch off, and you may never come out. I've seen some of these caves.
They're bad.
Yeah. So if you do want to go see the Bell Witch Cave, talk with the owner. Everybody in town knows who she is. She's very approachable, and she'll set up a group to go in and bring you through a tour. You want to do a paranormal style, they'll do that. To my kiddos, before you guys disappear, happy birthday again. Love y'all.
Happy birthday.
So I am going to go to the Bell Witch Cave one day. While I have a hard time believing the haunting of the Bell House, I do believe in something going on in the cave.
Yeah, there's something that I can see that.
So But yeah, for anybody that wants to go out paranormal investigating, as always, please permission, permission, permission. I don't want to have you guys say, "Hey, guess what? I'm watching you guys on YouTube from the county jail.
Yeah.
Did you know trespassing is a crime?"
Yeah.
And
Sure
this comes
is.
from a guy that's broken many trespass rules to go out and do paranormal investigations. I'm sure you
I
have too.
Yeah, I used to when I ran the paranormal group here back in like 2008, we would go up to the Ogden Cemetery and there was a ton of other people that would go up to do the same thing. And we never asked for permission, but they all knew who we were. And the cops would roll in and they'd come up to us and go, "Oh, hey, Bo, hey, Mike." And then they'd look at people literally 20 feet away and kick all of them out. But we always got away with it. People weren't happy about it, though.
Eh, nobody's ever happy about anything, so it all works out.
Exactly. But yeah.
So with that, Mike, I think we've got next week all prepared. So
Yep.
join us next week for folklore of Christmas holidays and Christmas traditions of Europe.
Yep.
And
Until
you got anything
then,
else for tonight, man?
no, like, subscribe,
Oh, thank you.
comment, text, call, something,
Haven't said this for a while because I keep forgetting, but you get a chance, go over and check out our buddy Colin at Horrific Podcast.
Yep.
And for anybody that's interested in outdoor, not paranormal, just outdoor, Mike.
Yep. Skogan Outdoors Podcast. Me and another friend of ours that's been on our podcast before. We've put out three episodes now. We're preparing our fourth. That guy next door is such an asshole. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's on Spotify, Podbean. Can you hear that?
I do.
Yeah.
I've listened to two out of the three or two out of the four.
I think there's only three. I think there's three.
If you guys are interested in the outdoors, great podcast.
Yeah,
so
it's all.
You guys are going to be talking about equipment and places and things like that, right?
Yeah, it's equipment, different gear that we've bought, like shitty gear that we've bought we wish we wouldn't have, places we've been, the different types of camping, survival, prepping, bushcraft, everything outdoors related. So if you're into the outdoors like I am, it's fun.
Yep. So check those guys out. Give them some love. Give us some love.
Yep.
If you've subscribed, hit that notification. I am hoping that Mike pushes me a little bit harder at the beginning of the next year, and once things start to mellow out here a little bit, I would like to actually post some little 5 or 10 minute videos.
That's
things that we're talking about, just to keep the flow going. So hit the bell.
I need to do that too.
Yeah, hit the bell to be notified when those do start popping up. You'll be notified every time. As always, hit that like and subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you, and just know that it means the world to us.
Yep.
If you haven't, it only takes a second to reach out and just hit that button to subscribe.
Exactly. Quick and easy.
Yep. Kind of the story of my life. Quick and easy.
Yeah, that's going to say, like me.
All right. With that being said, Mike, we will see you next week.
See you next week. Stay scary. Love you too.
And for all you guys out there, we'll see you guys next week. You guys, we love you. We appreciate you. Stay safe. Stay spooky.